Bookmakers Review NBA show. I am Kyle Purviance, and this is your NBA slate for Monday, January 3rd. Yes, it's just me. We had some technical difficulties there, so you're going to have to deal with my ugly mug. First things first, before we get into anything, thank you all so much for your support. Those of you in the chat box joining us live, those who are rewatching on our YouTube channel and the Twitter page, we certainly appreciate the support. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. That helps the show more than you know. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at BMR Reviews for more picks, plays, analysis, predictions from everybody. We really appreciate that here at Bookmakers Review. So we've got a big slate today. We're going to cover 5 games. We'll probably cover a little more since I'm by myself. We don't want to make it too fast. We'll try to get through as many games as we can. Look, the NBA is tough right now. There's no doubt about it. When you're betting the NBA right now, you need to make sure you are waiting to find out all the information, and the COVID stuff is sweeping through the league. We've seen it time and time again. So I'm not betting these games until, 15, 20 minutes before tip-off, where I know the starting lineups, I know who's in or out. Otherwise, you could just be making an empty bet here. To recap what happened yesterday, I know there was 14 games in the NFL, so it was hard to keep track of everything. You had the Lakers equaling out over the Timberwolves 108-103. Big game for LeBron. Struggling defensively inside, though. You saw Naz Reid had a big game yesterday. The Raptors, they're going to start winning some games now that they're fully healthy. They beat the Knicks, who have sort of backslid just a little bit. You have the Celtics beating the Magic. Celtics getting close to 500. Of course, Orlando is dead in the water, and Cole Anthony will be out again today for Orlando. Cavaliers equaling out over the Pacers. They're going to have to start finding ways to win without their backcourt players. But right now, the Cavaliers getting it done over a bad Pacers team that's in rebuild mode. The Pacers, 3-14 on the road, one of the worst road teams you will see in basketball. The Kings squeak one out over the Heat, who play again today. We're going to be talking about that game in just a moment. The Kings with a surprising upset, 115-113 at home over Miami. Of course, the Suns absolutely beat the brakes off the Hornets, and the Mavericks win by 9. Luka Doncic returns yesterday, nearly gets a triple-double. Of course, Josh Giddey did get a triple-double for Oklahoma City, but they still fell by 9 points. So let's get into today's card. Let's start with this first one. I think it's a good one. We've got Brooklyn. We've got Memphis at Brooklyn. This line is sitting with the Memphis Grizzlies as 6.5-point underdogs right now at BetMGM. And I got to tell you, Brooklyn, yes, they have Kevin Durant and James Harden back. Brooklyn is the better team. They should win this game. But I think 6.5 is too many. Memphis does have the weapons to give Brooklyn problems defensively. Ja Morant should have a nice game on the interior. Jaren Jackson and Steven Adams certainly have the advantage. LaMarcus Aldridge may not play today. He's dealing with some issues as well. So it's Nicholas Claxton and, Paul Millsap and Blake Griffin. I think Memphis hangs around here. I know Junior liked Memphis as well, +7. He added that. It's moved to 6.5 over here at BetMGM. The total's 227.5. I do think there's points in this game, but it's starting to get a little bit too high. But I might lean the over here just slightly. I don't usually touch those when they get to the 227, 228 range, but I could see it happening. I was trying to find some props here, some Steven Adams rebound props, but they're juiced up. I got over 10.5 at +105. So if you can get that at 8.5 or 9.5 at one of your outlets, I would take that. Steven Adams is going to have the advantage. He should get every defensive rebound he can possibly want. If Brooklyn misses a shot, I expect Steven Adams, when he's on the court, to get that rebound. I like the Jaren Jackson over 17.5 points as well. I agree in the chat box. I need money. I was looking at the James Harden points prop. It's at 26.5. He should get there. There's our boy Junior. He is back, and we're here on the first game, this Memphis and Brooklyn game. I was just saying, I like Memphis to cover here. I know that you liked Memphis a little bit to cover here. I just told everyone on the sheet, talked about a few props. Junior, welcome in. Glad to see you. Happy New Year. Memphis, Brooklyn, what do you think?
Happy New Year. I got Memphis plus the points. I took it early this morning at 7. I see it's gone down to like 6. I would still take it at 6. Nothing past that, though. At 5.5, it's Brooklyn or nothing for sure. Excuse me. Sorry I'm late, guys. Just power went out randomly like 10 minutes ago. But back in business. Happy New Year. Good to see you, Kyle. People talking about you should grow the beard back. What did the missus say, though? You said you had to ask the missus.
She likes it. She says it's a little prickly, so she's not happy about how
is that
prickly
what she says?
Yeah, she says it's prickly. She says she likes it, but it's prickly, so it's probably coming back. I don't know yet. I'm pretty sure, like, right now I can do no wrong. You know what I mean? It's still the earlier stages where everything I do is right, and I'm the older man, you know, so it's kind of nice. But
it's good. I'm actually liking the Grizzlies here because Brooklyn right now, if you look at their offense, like I watched the last couple of games, their offense kind of gets into the my turn, your turn thing that I complain about Boston, because all they do is run a high pick and roll, and either James Harden or Kevin Durant goes one-on-one. In the second half, it's funny. They actually started running offensive plays where they just put Kevin Durant in the high post and just let him be one dribble away from the basket or take a jumper.
Yeah.
But then they started turning the ball over like crazy. So the thing with Brooklyn is their defense is what's getting it done for them right now. Mm-hmm. I think that Memphis is good enough. Well, first of all, Memphis is ranked higher than Brooklyn in offensive efficiency on the season, as crazy as that sounds with all the injuries that they've had. So Brooklyn, Memphis's offense is actually pretty good. Their defense is pretty good. I think they can keep it within 2 possessions there for sure. Ja Morant is really actually probably going to want to put on a show in New York City. Who's going to guard Ja Morant on Brooklyn right now? He might go off. So I'd be interested in some Ja Morant props, whether it's points, rebounds, and assists, or just straight up his points. In the chat, if you guys know, don't be greedy. Share that information. Holla at us. Let us know what's popping. But for now, I just got Memphis plus the 7. I would even take them at 6.5 or 6. At 5.5, it's Brooklyn. It's got to be Brooklyn.
Yeah, I got him at 6.5 at BetMGM. It's still there. For those of you who can use BetMGM, it's still at 6.5. Over 2 possessions, you're right. It's Memphis. Under 2 possessions, you might lean Brooklyn, right? I mean, I think that's basically where we're at on this one. Let's go to our next game. I think this is a good one. I always like these Jokic-Doncic matchups. Luckily, Luka is back, made his return yesterday, nearly got a triple-double. It's a back-to-back for Dallas. So you wonder, how much is there a conditioning issue? Are they going to be careful with him coming back? So there's sort of a lot of unknowns. We know Denver missing players up and down the court. Fernando Campazzo is playing crazy minutes, put up 64 DFS points over the weekend, which was the biggest fantasy output I can remember out of him. Got the Nuggets plus 3.5 right now. It is in Dallas. Junior, let's go to you first on this one. What do you think? Because I have an initial play on this one. I know it's a team that makes you nervous betting the Nuggets. I know you're not big on the Nuggets betting them or capping them. What do you think, Denver at Dallas?
I mean, the Nuggets, when healthy, I like them. This version of the Nuggets is rough. I think that Kristaps Porzingis might come back in this game. They better hope he does, because who on their team is really going to slow down Joker? I guess nobody really can, right? So that just is what it is. But at 3.5, I think I'd be on the Nuggets. I'm not on this team right now because the Nuggets' defense on the road is much worse than it is at home. And I kind of need to know that they're going to play good defense before I could take the points with them. I'd be more comfortable at something like 4.5. But 3.5 is good, though. I mean, I like your play, honestly. I just kind of worry about their road defense, but especially with Luka now getting a second game. But you do have a pretty good point. It's a second game in a row for them, right? So it's a back-to-back situation, and he's just coming back.
Right. Same with Tim Hardaway as well, right? Tim Hardaway in here as well. So it's just a little weird. It just feels like a weird spot for them.
And Porzingis might come back, so their lineup might be kind of not funky, but just guys who haven't played in a while or been playing at all. So I'm just kind of off this game. I don't really know what to make of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I like Denver here. I think Denver can win this game outright, quite frankly. I think it's one of the better underdog teams if you want to take them on the money line. Jokic should absolutely feast on the interior. They have the rest advantage. I know they're traveling to Dallas, not an overwhelmingly tough place to play here. And it just feels weird for Dallas. How much rhythm are they going to have? I know that they pulled it off last night. It wasn't pretty. They put up 95 points against Oklahoma City, for Christ's sake. Luka looked solid. He didn't play a ton of minutes. But again, we'll have to see how that all gels together if Porzingis back. And to your point, they're not even offering player props right now at BetMGM because they just really don't know who's going to be where and who's doing what. So right now, I like Denver. I think they're the better team right now, even with all those injuries. I like Denver. I think they cover and they have a great chance to win. It's one of my official plays of the day so far. Now let's go to a game where we both have a play on. The Heat at the Warriors. The Heat, obviously, an abysmal loss last night to Sacramento. This is a road back-to-back for them as well. Not a long travel, Sacramento to over there to San Francisco. It's about an hour or so, not hour or two, not very far. Now they're laying 10.5. And look, let's start with you on this one too. But just going into this, as long as we got to see if Miami's going to rest anyone on the back-to-back. We know Jimmy Butler will sometimes have those days off, so we got to see. But doesn't this feel like a lot of points to be giving Golden State against Miami?
I mean, I just think it's really disrespectful to Miami. Like, if you want to do 9.5, but 10.5,
it just moved to 11.5 now over at BetMGM. 11.5.
I don't even know if I'm going to get involved in that because they can get blown out. Bam Adebayo being out is not great for them. So. I don't want to go crazy. I've already got something at 10.5. I probably should take something at a little sprinkle at 11.5 plus 11.5, if I'm being honest. But we'll see how it goes. Just got to see how my money's spread around right now. But I think anything over 10 or over 9.5, is pretty disrespectful to Miami. Honestly, I understand that Golden State's the best team in the NBA. There's no doubt about that. But so if Miami's just all of a sudden garbage, they compete no matter what. They got a guy who's not on Steph Curry's level, but he gets the job done in Jimmy Butler. The Heat are also listen. Sorry, just have a bit of a cold. The Heat are a team that's sixth in margin of victory. People got to understand. There's only 7 teams in the whole league that win by more than one possession a game, meaning that win by 3 points per game or more. So when you're going to spot me 10.5 points, doesn't mean that they can't get blown out, but I have to take that every single time. This is not college basketball, son. The Miami Heat can stay within 10.5 points of Golden State as long as they don't play like trash. And I get it. The Warriors are the best team in the league. Now it's at 11.5.
It's 11.5.
What do we do? Is there someone else injured that we don't know about? Because that's a bit crazy.
And I think that's the deal. So they have no player props up right now for Miami. So they're wondering if they're going to rest Lowry. Are they going to rest Jimmy Butler? If Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, all of them are in. Look, they're coming off an embarrassing loss last night to the Kings. They're going to be highly motivated, playing the best team in the league. Too much talent. If they have their starting, and again, I would not bet this until you get closer. Find out who is going to play, because you don't want to be holding the bag with Caleb Martin and Max Strus and all these other nobodies in the starting lineup. But
these guys are gonna. It seems like by the line movement that someone else is gonna be out.
Yeah.
Or someone else might be out.
Yep.
As long as it's not Jimmy Butler or Tyler Hero, though.
Yeah,
I think they can hang within 10.5 points.
And I would like Kyle Lowry to be there just to kind of aggravate Steph Curry, get physical with him, force him a little bit further out. We know no far out is too far out for Steph Curry, but just kind of get a body on him. Kyle Lowry can be a physical, sort of pesky, annoying defender, and I think that will help the Heat here. But right now, in a vacuum, if Miami has its players intact, and you're right, as long as they have Butler and Jimmy Butler, I'm taking the Heat to cover. That's just way too many points, and I think they're going to be a little extra motivated after that loss to the Kings and the matchup against the team with the best record in the NBA. I like the Heat to cover here, and we're both on the same page, and that is official for me, and I believe official for you as well, right?
Yeah, that's official.
Yeah. Let's go to our next one. I don't know why I put this on the list. I sort of, I'm doing this late at night last night. We've got the Atlanta Hawks at the Portland Trail Blazers. The Hawks are 5.5-point favorites on the road. They've been better on the road after a bad start on the road, of course. No Damian Lillard for Portland tonight. Looks like they are getting Robert Covington back off the COVID list. It's crazy. Going through the players is so fucking insane every day, seeing who's coming in and who's going on the COVID list. It's bizarre, and Atlanta's one of those weird ones where they got some weird players. Skylar Mays and others, some other. You're like, who the hell are these people? They did get Lou Williams back. I think Kevin Huerter is going to be back tonight as well, or has a chance to be back for Atlanta as well. That's why it's important to check these lineups before you bet these. Get closer to game time and then get on that. I gotta say, I'm leaning the Hawks here. I just don't know where the points or the defense comes from for Portland. Who's going to stop Trae Young? Clint Capella's there. I think the Hawks get this done. I don't have an official play on this, but if I was leaning somewhere, I'd lean the Hawks. What do you think in this one, Hawks at Blazers?
I'm sorry. The Blazers have allowed 130 points per game in their last 3 games.
Yes.
So, I mean, what is going on over there, bro? Like, and they're losing games by margin. Like, they're losing games by almost like 20 points a game. They lost their last game by 33. They lost the 2 games before that by 15. Game before that by 14. Like, it's a disaster right now in Portland. So Hawks are nothing. But
yeah, it's under 2 possessions, right? Under 2 possessions, I think it's Hawks or nothing.
But here's the thing: you're laying 5.5 points with the Hawks on the road? Ugh, yuck.
Right now, full disclosure, I won't have a single fucking penny on this game. But if I was doing it, no Lillard, no McCollum. Count me out with.
Yeah, no, get out of here with this.
Dennis Smith Jr. is supposed to carry that backcourt. I don't think so. Yeah, I will pass on that one as well. Let's go to the last game on the list here. The Timberwolves at the Clippers. Obviously, the Timberwolves lost to the Lakers last night. They stay in LA to take on the Clippers. And let me pull up the new line for this one. It's now Clippers are favored by 3.5. No Paul George, no D'Angelo Russell, no Karl Anthony Towns. The total's at 215.5. I sort of like the under in this game. I'm not sure if I can trust the Clippers. We'll have to ask our boy if he's going to get a haircut today. That's the only time I bet the Clippers, is if our boy's out there in the chat box. Our boy is getting a haircut. So let us know in the chat box there, Jay, if you're getting a haircut today. Maybe we'll back the Clippers. But right now, I think I still would take the Clippers. The Timberwolves are so bad. And I know Patrick Beverley will have a little bit of a revenge narrative, I suppose, here coming in today. Back-to-back for Minnesota. Is it a back-to-back for the Clippers as well? Did they play last night as well? No, they did not. So it's not.
No, they played against Brooklyn when they came back from
Saturday.
Yeah,
Friday or Saturday. Yeah. So, for me, it's Clippers or nothing. I just can't. I'm not going to trust the Timberwolves on the road without all of those weapons. I just can't go there. For me, it's Clippers or nothing. What do you think? T-Wolves and Clippers.
I mean, I was going to take the under, but that total has been steamed all the way down from 219 to 215 right now. That's really not good if you like the under. Mm-hmm. So if you got it at 219, 218 and a half, 218, whatever, congratulations. But past that, now you're starting to get into the territory where you might want the over. Yeah. I don't all the way trust this Clippers offense. If you watch their offense, they basically play 5 out and shoot a bunch of threes from guys who I don't know if they really should be shooting as many threes as they shoot. It kind of is what it is with them right now. They're just going to have to get it done with their defense because their offense is not reliable. They have the 4th best defense in the NBA. So I'm always going to be looking to the under with them. Their offense is ranked 26th in efficiency. It's not good in Clipperland offensively right now. I always try to watch these teams and just watch it. Do they run sets or do they smoothing the ball? There's a lot of Eric Bledsoe threes. There's a lot of
that's my point.
Jackson Heat
Eric
checks.
Bledsoe, 14.5 points, minus 105. I think Eric Bledsoe gets over 14.5 points. I mean, his usage rate the last 3 games, 27, 23, and 30% usage rate in that game against Brooklyn. The ball's going to be in his hands. Obviously, Luke Kennard is gone as well, I believe, on the COVID list.
It's funny that you say that. I'm not even insulting Eric Bledsoe. I'm just saying he's not a good shooter, but he'll put up a lot of shots. He was hot against Brooklyn the other night, which helped them come back. They went on a 28-11 run to close out that game because Brooklyn was up double digits with 5.5 minutes left in that game. So that was a crazy comeback by the Clippers.
Yeah.
But don't be fooled by that 120 that they scored. They had to go bananas. They scored 40 points in the fourth quarter. They scored 71 points in the second half.
Yes.
In the first half, they had 49 points, and that's much closer to who they are than not. So, I can only look to the under here, but like I said, that number's lost all its value, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So you kind of got us. I would lean the under as well, but you're right. It starts to get you a little bit nervous. I do think Bledsoe gets to 15 points just on volume alone. They just don't have a lot. I mean, it's been a lot of Marcus Morris and a lot of, Terrence Mann, Reggie Jackson, but Eric Bledsoe, those usage rates around 30%. We know he'll chuck it up. If he can get a couple to drop, he should be able to get to that 15 points at minus 105. And for me, it's Clippers or nothing. But again, it does make me a little
I just got a message, by the way, asking me why, I say that the value is, it's pretty much losing value, 215. Well, one, because it's way lower than the original opening number if you want the under. But two, 215 is basically like the average score in the NBA. Yeah. Like the average game, the total of the average game is like 215 points. So anything, if you like the under, anything around that number or under is not good for you. So that's one of the reasons why I say, that it's lost a lot of value once it gets to the 215 mark.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, I agree. We're just going to wrap it up here. Is there anything else you want to add on today's slate? Any other game you want to say before we go over our officials?
No, let's do it.
All right, let's go over our officials. So go for it, Junior. Break them off. What do you got?
So I got Grizzlies plus the points, +7. Like I said, I would take them at 6.5 or 6. Anything past that, it's got to be Brooklyn. And I know the Heat are short-handed. They're undermanned. But they're a professional team. They always play hard. We've seen them super undermanned in the NBA Finals and still managed to win a couple games. Mm-hmm. So I know that's not the same team as a couple of years ago, but it kind of is the same team, isn't it? Kyle Lowry's out there. Is Kyle Lowry playing or is he not playing? I don't know. If he's out there with Butler and Hero, I think they cover this 10.
Yeah, I mean, it's at 11.5 now, and it's one of my officials as well. It's just if they have their whole starting lineup, again, don't jump and bet this right now. I know the number's starting to get juicier and juicier, but let's make sure that they're going to have at least two of those three players, a Lowry and a Butler, a Hero and a Butler. You'd prefer it to be Hero, most likely, and get hot from 3. Omar Yurtseven, by the way. I love this kid. I love Omar Yurtseven. He's one of my favorite, and he's been playing really, really well. Draymond Green's blocks plus steals props over 2.5. That's at like plus 120 or minus 120. I think Draymond Green can get there as well. 3 total blocks and steals between them. I think he can get there as well. But I like Miami to cover. Now it's at 11.5. Everything considered, I like that. And I mentioned I like the Nuggets. I think Jokic absolutely feasts on the Mavericks tonight. I like some of those Jokic props. I'll take the Nuggets plus 3.5, and I think they're a live dog to win out. Right, so that's our show for today. Again, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Share the show out with your friends. We really appreciate that. Hope you all had a happy, safe new year. And as usual, good luck on those wagers.